Joel Sherman here. I'm on the minor league facility for the San Francisco Giants, but on Monday it certainly wasn't minor league in any way. The greatest assemblage of American players in history gathered on that field behind here for their first workout. That's Team USA for the WBC. It was something to see, really. You see the names on paper, and then you watch the hitting group that's Bregman, Judge, Schwarber, and Harper, and it really, really hits you. You have Skubal and Skeens walk by you. You realize the catchers are Will Smith and Cal Raleigh. This is a team that has been put together to try to end Japan's two-time reign as the WBC champions. That final is March 17th in Miami. If we get there, it would take 7 wins to get there. And Mark DeRosa, when he met with his team, talked about that. So let's talk about this in 3 things. 1, Mark DeRosa talked to his club on Monday before they took the field. He talked about dominating from day one, even in pool play when the competition isn't going to be spectacular from non-baseball countries. Dominate, move forward. The idea is to go 7-0 here. That's what they want to do. That's what this team was put together for. One other person spoke at the meeting. That was Aaron Judge, who's the captain of the team. He said he was pushed a little to do it by Paul Skeens and by Tarek Skubal, and indeed he did do it. He stood up. I heard he spoke for about 60 to 90 seconds, and his message was threefold. Dive into each other. Let's all get to a bond here. It's very quick, but we all respect each other. Let's dive into each other, get to know each other, and build a real bond as a team here as quickly as possible. 2, he talked about let's go after it, echoing what the manager, Mark DeRosa, said. And 3, he said, let's represent the country well. And he had the American name on his jersey. And he said, let's represent the country really, really well. And that was his message. So why don't we move to number 2? What does this all mean for Aaron Judge here? It means a lot. He's the captain of 2 iconic franchises, the American team and America's team, right? The Yankees, the winningest team of all time. And Aaron Judge does not have a championship yet as a pro. He could have 2 by the end of this year. He is on 2 really good teams. This American team, again, is stacked. He could be the captain of a team that wins the 2nd time ever for the Americans in a WBC, and he can win as the captain for the Yankees. And this is all that's missing from his legacy. Look, this is a guy who would go in the Hall of Fame on the first ballot, maybe unanimously, if he never took another swing in the major leagues. Regardless of if you think they've dumbed down Monument Park at all at Yankee Stadium, he's a plaque, easy. His number 99 is going to get retired by the Yankees. He's one of the greatest players in franchise history. And he's done spectacular things in the majors. He's got the 3 MVPs. He has the 62 homer season. He's one of the most fierce home run hitters in history, power hitters in history. And he's just the preeminent hitter in this age. What he doesn't have is the title, and in some ways he's chasing Shohei Ohtani if you think about it in all ways. Barry Bonds has 7 MVPs. That's the record. The second most now is 4 by Shohei Ohtani, who's won the last 3 in a row. 1 with the Angels, 2 with the Dodgers, all of them unanimously. Judge is part of a group of Yankees who are tied with 3, which is the next most in history. He's won the last 2. He has a chance also to win 3 in a row. He's the great Yankee. There's only 2 Yankees who've won MVPs who haven't also won a World Series. It's him and Don Mattingly. Obviously, he's trying to end that. That might be about Ohtani, too. He's trying to end Ohtani. Again, Japan has won the last 2 WBCs. Ohtani was on the mound. Nobody expected him to go in and pitch in that last game, in the championship game in 2023. The image of him running down the right field line in Miami to go get ready to pitch, and ultimately get through the 9th inning and save a 3-2 game, striking out Mike Trout to end it, is the iconic moment in that final. Trout was the captain of that team, as Judge is for this one. And Judge has, Ohtani in his 2 years with the Dodgers since signing his historic 10-year, $700 million contract, they have won the last 2 World Series, including 2024 against the Yankees. So Judge has a lot on the line. starting with this tournament and then during the season, because it is all that is missing from a great player's ledger is the ultimate thing, which is the chip. And I thought one of the most fascinating things that came out of Judge spoke briefly with reporters on Monday is he talked meaningfully about what it meant to represent the country. And yet he said, my heart, the number one captaincy, my heart is with the Yankees, the team that drafted him, developed him, and ultimately gave him a 9-year, $360 million contract. And so, I talked to him in Tampa about both of these honors. And he talked about the idea of we need to get the Yankees back where they historically have been, which is champions. And he said that's what drives him every day. He's not looking back. He's a guy who only cares about the future. He cares about today and continuing, as he says, to put the bricks down on a house that he's not yet done building. Clearly, the best building of the house would be championship with this group, Team USA, and then championship with the Yankee group. Can he get it done? Lastly, why don't I just talk about Nolan McLean, who wasn't here, and he was supposed to pitch Wednesday in an exhibition game for Team USA against the Rockies, and then pitch again on the 10th, March 10th, against Italy in the final game of pool play, which, by the way, would line him up, if need be, to pitch in the championship game if Team USA got there on March 17th. He was under the weather. He had a bout of what a couple of people thought was the flu, a pretty bad case, so he stayed behind in Port St. Lucie. The hope is that he is still going to pitch Wednesday, but in Port St. Lucie, and if all goes well, he would join this team in Houston for pool play and still pitch that game against Team Italy, if they could do it. That's still what's out there on the line, if it could be done. And so that's what they're trying to do with that. And will he be able to do it? That's the hope. The team moves on to Houston from here. And I do think we should probably talk about sort of that tournament to close. We just saw the American men and women win the hockey tournaments against the preeminent hockey country in the world, Canada. And it was thrilling to watch. If this gets down to Japan and the United States again, it's going to be exactly what everyone wants, all respect. I mean, the Dominican Republic is going to put out an incredible lineup and a terrific team. And in single elimination tournament, besides just the Dominicans, stuff happens. But the two best teams in this tournament, overall, pitching, hitting, everything, are the United States and Japan. The best thing for the sport is if that collision course happens, March 17th in Miami. We'll get then to see, does Nolan McLean actually get to start that game? Is he lined up really? Is he healthy over any of the sickness he has right now? And does Aaron Judge finally get a championship he so badly wants? We'll all stay tuned, I guess.